Good evening.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Hi. Okay. We are interesting section here. Ezer limudim gluyim v'nifloim. How interesting their lessons. Amislaktim amarnis gav gnus avas atzmo. They echad at. So by this, one Talmidim derived from this past mimer a lot of basic lessons. Okay, a lot of wonderful lessons, I should say. For that letter, which he did, for that which the Alter from Kelm didn't want to get involved.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Aleph, Lamanu Shitas Chochmas Mussar. Shemar Shitas HaTorah L'Omka. Okay, so obviously Mussar, you consider to be the depths of Torah. Librach Tchilam Min Asur Meira. First to run away from that which is bad. And then it told under the branches of Hasei Tov. Masha mitzvah Hasei Tov Yoser Gadol. Even though the mitzvah of Hasei Tov is greater, Lumazet Yoser Chechi, it's more imperative to make the effort first. That not to succumb to the stumbling block of Sur Meira. As long as you're not clean in Sur Meira, ain't always smart with Tov, which is a very which is a Mussar idea, which is very unpopular, which is that you have to fix yourself before you try and go up higher levels. And this is, like the antithesis of Hasidus. In Hasidus, the assumption is that if you uplift yourself, then that'll take care of your negative traits to the extent that be taken care of. In other words, the light which you achieve will then burn or the burn away the darkness or the tumah. But the Baal Mussar says no, doesn't work that way. You can't be Hasei Tov before you eradicate the ra. Kimio dea im varkama ve'esa geder hatov sharodef. How you know that the good you're pursuing is actually tofu? V'rei fla miyagemara dabaye ashe mandalo chamon. Praiseworthy is a person who didn't see their parents, because Abaye said because it's kibbut avim is a very difficult thing. So therefore, don't think that you should be eager to be able to fulfill mitzvos, because in order to fulfill mitzvos, you have to be able to first do sur meira, and the sur meira might be something which is not really something which you have affected. Where does this come from in the Mimer? What do you say in the Mimer?
Well, he was saying in the Mimer that the person who wrote the letter really just wanted to have a letter back from the Alter, and really didn't want to listen to or develop himself through the teachings of the Alter.
Right. So I guess he didn't bring down their Chazal, but he says which way he says.
He says that he never. Right. He says he never wanted to take on the burden of trying to teach others.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually he did, and he didn't want to take it on because he felt that he was missing in the Sur Meira before he could take on to help other people.
Right.
Too much of a burden.
Okay.
I think that's what he said.
I assume that's what he means. Yep. Okay.
I once was talking to a rabbi from Chabad, and I was talking to him about Mussar, and he said, well, Hasidus is like Mussar, but it's a lot nicer.
Yeah. Okay.
I said that about says it all right there. It's a lot nicer.
Yes. But I must say it's a lot more superficial.
Right.
Bays. Lamanu davar gadol ma'od ma'od. Magam is man nochachi, especially in our day and age. The carbonate adam with Torah Mussar gam yachad, which works to bring people to close to Torah Mussar. You mean two anashim sugalim? If you find talented people, asher leivlem lakiras hatzlacha b'masram limoshech achar atzas v'anagas hachacham b'zeh, who have the heart to recognize the success which they can have if they follow the counsel and conduct of a chacham, hem guf hem b'nefesh, both body and soul. As kedai mol batel al zeh zman rav. As the Alter of Kelm says, if I would have found a medium like that, I would have put a lot of time into them. So he was flipping around. He's saying that, I'm sorry, not flipping around. He's saying that the Alter said he doesn't find people, doesn't find the letter writer to be that, and therefore he's not getting involved. Okay. Then it's worthwhile to do lots of good for them. Yoser harbe mehal yicholes. This is, I guess, I guess that this is, if you have such people, such students, such people who want to listen to you, so then you should give them special cover. I'm not sure. I think that's probably what he's saying.
I think he's just saying that if you find such people, then it's worth putting out the effort in order to, be mashpia on them.
Yeah. Okay, I assume that's what he's saying too. Yesh kabos le'ezras Hashem yisbach. Show for Hashem's help. Because chutz hazeh gadol kol kach. The merit of this is so great. Ad shischase kabrius. Wow. It'll make you healthier. I don't know if the Alter of Kelm promised that. I don't think he actually promised that. I guess because he wrote on Chof in the first column that V'chtov afki kashek siva v'akavel Hashem Yisbarach ki la'anashim ka'ele notzarti. In other words, right. Even though it's hard for me to write, I will write, and what I can hope for, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's help in that. Okay. I guess you should count the amount of time to give to others, you should negate in order to give them to the people who really want to listen to you, are really interested in growing from their connection to you. Okay. Gimel lamadu mimashe kibel asos lamaseh ma'atzas lecham for some. So that Chacham Mephursam was the one who told him. It's page Chaf. He says that between Dibra Achad Shel Chacham Mephursam Shamar Ke'en Lani Avzos LeZikna Ki'en Adam Mesugal Lasok Im Arabim Unless Can Be Choydem. Okay, so right. He says here we learn from this. From that, the Alter of the Makabel, the eighth of this Chacham Mephursam, so you shouldn't leave it till the last minute.
Right.
Even though you're compelled to be involved with others. And you have to do it earlier. There are many conditions. Ela Hagdarim, once these parameters are fulfilled, Im Otzem Diktu Kam Shmira Bahem, with careful preservation of them, Oz Yuchal Apil Alosahara. Then you can go up to the mountain. The terribly baladis and before, and without this, Chinom Sukan no Rob Tachlis. It's very dangerous. Kuma. You might not be able to rise from how far you fall. Mode. And this is very scary. So where did he say this?
Yidorish Tanoim Rabin.
I guess because all the conditions that he's implying that these people don't meet, and therefore he doesn't want to get involved with them. In other words, that be conditions not in the Makabli, right?
Right.
And since unless those conditions are there, I cannot get involved. So just from all the conditions which he lists. Okay. Hey, lamanu likanes la sokim rabim yidrosh yidarish kodem kol davar. Before everything else, hayicholis v'achsher. What does it mean? So hayicholis mitzaratzim. We have to have the natural talent. Well, actually, natural capacity. Sorry. Achrei shekvar mile kreis l'chol pachos. Men yoyim ha-muchrochi ha-yotzim l'chol l'fiyah erech. L'chol ha-sokim. You have to fill yourselves up with whatever essential preparations. Like in any other business deal, im seder isko dos kan sich
Balustigan.
I think lustig is to illuminate.
Ich kenne nicht der Wort.
Yeah. Well, that's for this we have to Google our door. 1 second. Let's see if we can find it. Balos T N. I spelled it wrong. Balos. Again. It definitely is a word. Appears many times. Let's see if we can get a translation from it. Burden. Yeah. So it has to be being soivel asik. The next line. Das kann sich belustigen. He can. This is something which he can carry the burden. Gam acherim v'lo yisbol ha'asik. I guess if you can carry the burden with others in a way which is effective. I'm not sure that's the way to do it.
Well, he's saying here, Acharei shekvar mile kreisa l'chol hapachos mei ha'inyanim ha'yosim echrachim l'fi ha'erech k'mod b'chol ha'asokim, like with all endeavors. You have to fill yourself up with as much as you can according to your ability. Im Seder Isko, according to his ability to work with it. Das erkennt sich belastigen. That he can, I don't know. I don't know.
Trying to see the usage of it here.
Maybe it means that it can be too much of a burden if he doesn't do all the steps in the right way and follow the roadmap that he's laying out, then it can become a burden.
Yeah.
Gam im acherim, also with others. And he will not be able to take the work. It'll be too much for him.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it means. 1 second, let me just see if I can find it on this page here. Well, here's an ad from that Holla of the Yiddish, das Yiddish Licht. The subscription, for unser subscriber ist doch great sein subscription zu behalten. Ta farvos sollen mir müssen dafka klappen auf eure Türen. Why do we have to knock on your doors? Eichelosdikin is uns schwer machen.
The burden is too much for us.
Yeah. The burden you place upon us is too much. So
if he doesn't follow the proper way, the proper pathway, then he will become disgusted with it. It'll be too much for him.
Okay, yeah, that must be it. Vayachsher, that is the Hayicholos. Vayachsher is Mussar to Karabim. You have to be talented. So this talent is the second thing here. First thing is preparation, and the second thing here is talent. So the so first thing is no, okay, that's not, I guess it's also not talent. It means Choles is that you made yourself a shalem to oh, I see.
Yecholos isn't Yecholos ability?
Yeah, no, yeah, but not here. What he means here is that was it? He says if you will, this he is too much of a burden for him. The guy he won't be able to work with others either. In other words, he's got to first make himself a good person, and then he can work with others. That's the Yecholos. Okay, Hechsher is to have then the tools to work with the others. It's like what do you say this? He says that in the beginning of the piece, he said, says Medaik, and what is this? What is it between Yachol and Mussar? That's his deal, right? So it says the Chacham told him that he has to start anyway. I don't know if he himself explained what Yachol and Mussar is. Just the Talmud is saying that you have to have both Yecholis and the Hechsher. And he's saying the Yecholis is what I can tolerate myself. and kishron is what I can impart to others. I know he knows that. I guess in the last paragraph where he says that again, I know he knows, but the last paragraph speaks about fixing yourself first. I guess that's the yachol, and that extra is the capacity. I don't know. It seems like he's just learning it for the fact that the Alter said yachol and mukhshar, and Talmud is trying to explain what yachol and mukhshar might mean.
Right, right.
Okay. Vav lamanu ki din ve'isur l'kashet din ve'isur l'kashet acherim terem shikashet itzmo. It's a law and a prohibition to adorn others before you adorn yourself. Zayin lamanu ki amischakel l'kniyas ha'chochma ha'mayla. Somebody who's making the attempt to acquire chochma and maila. Usually, mischakeh is somebody who's imitating or mimicking. Or so it's a negative term, but api daito, api dvorov. I'm saying. Api darko in vakshena kesef. Haro godel api derech in vakshena kesef. And he's doing it like he would quest after money, in other words, with true desire. Yeah, okay. So here, mischakeh is not a negative term. He's saying somebody who's making the attempt. And he wants to do it like in Vakshana Kaketsa Kamat Moni to Kapsena. He sees how much work is required for his own acquisition of Chachma Maila. His natural inclination should be to flee from dealing with other people. How can he leave himself and his concern to fix himself? In all those matters which are incumbent and before him, and give himself over to others. Unless the time compels him and pushes him and compels him as long as he's acquired some yichos and extra. So, in other words, I don't think this applies to most of us because I think we're not Bali Mussar. But about Mussar, we'll say, how can I possibly be involved with others? I have so much to do with to fix myself. That should be his natural tendency. Sometimes that tendency has to be overcome because of like the Chacham before him told him that sometimes you gotta go out, even though you don't think you are supposed to go out. But the natural tendency is somebody who's realistic with himself would be to think it's not for me. I'm too flawed in of myself.
It's too much.
Yeah. To be involved with others is so dangerous. Greatest person. It's not enough just to flee and run away from it. It's not enough. You have to also be increased fila. You have to daven and even take many fast. In order that they should have mercy on you from Shamayim, to try and avoid this being about Tzarech Tzibur. Everything from great fear, I was going to mess up. They also daven that they didn't shouldn't say Tzarech Tzibur. And being the Rosh Hashanah, we see Tzarech Tzibur are such a burdensome thing. I tell you about Yoshua said to Moshe, I tell him Tzarech Tzibur v'heim b'chulei, they'll deteriorate on their own. Umavio ma'od. It's very frightening. Okay, so so the Baal Mussar again, he dived and said you shouldn't have to be involved with the rabbi. Test Lamano at time Rishon Achron basic Rabim. First and last condition, Laskil, Ladas, Dios Muchak, the Choy Cholis, Atachlisa Rechuk min Abbas Atzmo. Can't be for your own self-aggrandizement. The Golden Amolia Rak Larchiva MS Uladira. They should all be in order to expand truth and amplify it. Tikva Shum Hanos Davar Ma. You can't do with any hope for any benefit for yourself. That's that's going to distort what you're doing, and B, you probably aren't going to get any I know anyway. Good. Laman Kiavas Atzmo. In verses 2 and 11 on itself, who are Mavolam Apollo Yosef Dola the Nora. That is the
Biggest stumbling block.
stumbling block. Okay, the greatest one. Somebody yet b'ma she and there are many possibilities. Imaman covered v'chadoyme. Stumbling block and trying to accomplish wealth or honor, anything else. Because because then you're gonna have to flatter other people inappropriately. I like this line. And to take terms of truth and incline them to many ways of falsehood. Okay, you take terms of truth and incline them towards ways of falsehood. In other words, the terms remain true, but you misuse them. Kind of
Right.
like the Kabbalah Center, that type of thing, where you take Kabbalah, which is true, and you distort it in order to make it appropriate for Madonna. So
Right. Madonna's a big makubal.
yes. So that thing, Munach Emes, Lamon Dragim Shkorim. V'amashabah Beidas Atzmo, besides whatever loss it costs to yourself. Sof kol sof, mazik, mechalel ma'abigam esarabim. Right? By the chanifas, which you're doing, you're going to destroy other people as well. Okay. Okay. Let's do one more. I have to stop. The manum halacha mapola now. Tomorrow who came? This is how the fall comes. It's talking about when you love and your inclinations to your self-love and your own pleasure. First you destroy truth, then you destroy yourself. And then he destroys others as well. Who are yom v'nara. So truth is the first thing to go. And then goes your own personal level. And then goes you destroy others as well. Okay. That is
Very good.
Nora. And I guess we'll stop here for tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Very good. Take care. Thank you.
Have a good week. Take care.
You too.